Good people, once again, my name is Big Adeyika the First. They call me the GCON, the Grand Comedian of Nigeria. It's better to jaw than to war. It's better to gist than to be in a state of perpetual denial of the truth about certain people, about what they do, what they say, and what they stand for. This is why today with me on the program is a man that is a builder, a thinker, a relentless perfectionist, master of ceremonies, actor, stand-up comedian extraordinaire. He has written the rules, broken them, rewritten them, and discarded them to write new ones. He began his professional career with corporate events, appearing on television shows with the likes of Patrick Doyle, Charlie Boy, Danladi Bako. He also made cameo appearances on radio with Bisola Atilo, Sonny Rabo, Mani Onumanu, to mention, but I can go on and on about this great man. I call him Don Dada. People call him the godfather of comedy, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa. I call him Alibaba. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Gonas.
You don't joke, sir. Kai!
Oh, my crack me.
Kai! I've heard about your legendary IQ. I don't know if I ever discussed it with you. I was discussing with somebody one day. I said, "Do you know that Alibaba's IQ is actually what is this IQ? What's your IQ?"
I'm a Mensa.
What's Mensa?
Mensa is a select group of people who have IQs above 70.
Above 70.
Yeah. And so I managed to fit into one of those profiles.
So you're a Mensa.
I'm not Ghanaian.
You are not Ghanaian, you are Nigerian. And you decided, of all things to be in this world, that our parents warned us against, that everybody sent to school was told not to be, you decided to be a comedian. Why?
Okay, the thing is that the mental capacity that you need to express comedic abilities is in the realm of scientists, physicists, and nuclear scientists.
Please say that again. Say that again for the sake of some parents.
I said the mental capacity that you need to push your ability as a comedian is also in the level that on the same level that you have physicists and natural scientists and nuclear scientists, all of them. Because the thing is that your ability to find humor in what does not have humor is mining. It is like taking gold or taking diamond and then refining it, because when you see diamond first in the rough, it looks like nothing until it is really treated and then the shine comes out. So that is what stand-up or comedy is. So whatever form that you express your comedy in.
Okay, now I've never told you this. At a point in my life, what kept me going was your story. When I first started, I was a community project. I had a lot of uncles and aunts sent me to school. So they always told me, we send you to the best schools in this country. We spend so much. You don't say you want to Baba Salah, Olo Maje. But what kept me going was, I was born in Lagos. I know people in Lagos. No matter how bad it is, I'll see one or two people that I knew growing up that will give me jobs. But here is this man who was not born in Lagos. He left one village like this, came to Lagos, is making waves. What is your Lagos story?
My Lagos story started when my dad transferred his service as a teacher in the Midwest region at the time to the Nigerian Army Education Corps. And so, because he wanted to pursue his academic goal to become a graduate. And so the option opened that if he joined the Nigerian Army, while he was there, he could then take his classes in Unilag.
Not go to war.
No, because the Nigerian Army Education Corps is where most of these strategies are taught.
Come from.
Yes, they handle all the education needs of the army. And so my dad was there. And because he transferred his service in the 70s, there was need for us to come join him. So after he settled in and got his quarters, we then came in and joined him. My first early years were in Warri, and then came to Lagos, and then grew up in Ojo Cantonment and the area that is now known as Alaba, the Awori community. Yeah, that was where we grew up. When number 5 Ojo Road, and then when my dad was.
Is the house still there?
The house is still there. Alaja's house is still there.
Have you ever thought of us buying the house?
So the house is still there. So my mom then started doing business. She had a brothel. She had a shop, a supermarket, and then had a bar opposite Volkswagen.
Oh.
So when they bring cars from Wharf and assemble them, the parts are assembled, and then sometimes they bring them assembled.
Wow.
And so they drive them off the ship into Volkswagen yard. And so all of those drivers used to come over, drink, and my mom would, and she was the business person. And so I was watching her too. So I learned a lot of business ideas from her. And then I mopped, I sponged off a lot of people who came from different and diverse backgrounds. I stayed with my uncles in K2. I stayed with my uncle in First Act. And back then we didn't call our names by name. We called them by where they stay.
K2.
Okay, so we used to call all our uncles by where they stayed.
Uncle K2,
Uncle Festac,
that's true.
Uncle Ikoyi. Uncle Ikoyi was my uncle who was a deputy commissioner of police at the time. Was staying in Ikoyi. The son is an AIG now, I think. The son also joined the police. Now, the point I was trying to make is that because I was staying with all of those people, I was now enjoying Lagos a bit more. But anytime I went to the village, you mop up the traditional field, local intelligence.
Yes.
And so I remember when I first got to the village, and I went to greet our king, and I said, "KBSO." The man said,
KBSO, kill you there.
"Who is this?" The man said, "He's Akubo Meso." He said, "KBSO." So they now taught me how to greet
the Yoruba.
Yoruba.
But you discovered comedy on campus. You have been coming to Lagos to collect more money than Popsi ever thought of giving. But why Lagos?
Okay, so Lagos, like I told you, remember I told you I said it's a truly metropolitan city. So the how would I say, the melting point of cultures, the melting point of languages, the melting point of business, economy, lifestyles as well. So Lagos was like a potpourri of a metropolitan society. And so everybody who came here expressed themselves. And if you had any idea of anything that you wanted to do, if you bring it to Lagos, it magnifies it and makes you realize it faster than you would have realized it in any other place.
So you now got to Uncle Ikoyi?
No, so when I came, I was so that was after school. But before, let me just backtrack a bit. While I was in school, I was coming to do shows at Yabatech.
Mm-hmm.
I was coming to do shows in Lut. Physiotherapy students, they were livelier in Lut. Physiotherapy students, they were the ones that were organizing them. Medical were too busy. So the physiotherapy people that say, Sheba, they had more time, So the physiotherapy students were organizing more events that the doctors would then come and relax with, something that it was like their forte. So they were the ones organizing. So I would come for Yabatech, come to Lut.
Okay.
And then I'll still do Unilag. So I was doing all of those. And then one day, and then I also did event at School of Nursing. That was in Ikoyi.
Oh.
Yeah. School of Nursing back then in Ikoyi, you know. And so I'll come there, do events and go back. Sometimes I come on Friday and leave with the last pickup that took newspapers back to Lagos. And they left Maryland by, I think sometimes they leave about like 12 midnight. Wow. So I'll make sure that I'm everywhere that I perform, I'm back at that Maryland place by 12 midnight, so that I can join school. So I can be back in school first thing in the morning, you know. And so when you see me, it will just be like, oh, maybe I went outside campus and I'm back, you know. And that was how I was making money, because I was making more money than my father was. How much was
Popsy giving you?
100. And sometimes 100,000, 100 naira, and that 100 naira. Sometimes you are lucky it is 120. Sometimes you are lucky it is 80, because you have to transport out of it, go, and then when you are coming back, you would have bought some things, new shoes.
But how much were you making for from shows?
I was charging about 50 naira, 100 naira, depending. Loot was paying 100 naira. Yabatek was paying 150.
So that's like 4 times.
Yes, and then within those times, some of the journalists that will come from outside school to come watch all those shows will then say, come to my club. So you then go to Jabita nightclub, you then go to Aria nightclub. Then there was so Jabita was another club. Then there was a club that was in Pangrove. Then there were several clubs that I was going to.
That one was under the bridge at near Fela's Shrine. Yeah, Mandy's.
There was Roots. There was Roots nightclub. There was Class nightclub. Then there was.
Sorry, stop pointing at me like we are the same generation.
Oh no! I met you there. All right, so every time I came, I made sure that I went round some of all those clubs and made appearances. And then within all those times, Eddie Lawani would, you know, take me by the hand and say, oh, this guy is good, he's from Ekpoma. This guy is good, he's from Ekpoma. It was it then, and I decided that I finished. Let me come back to Lagos. I came. The first place I went to was to meet RMD. So I went there and I said, and it's the line that RMD, I said, when I told him, I said, I've been waiting for you, sir. He said, yes, I've been worried about it. I said, oh, now you? I said, okay, how is school? I said, fine. He said, so what? I said, that's why I came to see you. He said, what? I said, I funny die. I didn't never forget that. He said he sat down. He said he looked at me, that the confidence with which I said it. I said, I funny die. He said, yeah, sit down. He said, okay, make me laugh. I split him up in like 5 minutes. He was so some people will come and open the door and say that what's that? Because R&D can laugh for Africa. He was cracking up and slapping his table and said, no. You don't talk again. So when he had event, he would call me. I'll go. So sometimes his friends will have events like he will say, this guy has an event, go meet him, and he'll give you 5 minutes. This other person has an event, go meet him, he'll give you 5 minutes. You know. So that was what I was doing.
Where were you living all this while?
Okay, so within that time that I first came, I was shuttling between Babbage, Yabatek.
Oh, you had an apartment at Babbage.
You know the open apartment.
Talk about the whole world.
Okay, so you know, Babbage used to provide you know those huts that they use palm fronts to do.
Yes.
They make the huts like that, like an E. Like if you are writing an E, they make it like that, and then inside you can then go round inside, and then there's a bed that they've made with wood. So I was sleeping in front of the beach. So it was a waterfront. It was a waterfront. No, it wasn't squatting. You had the room to yourself.
You're a squatter at Babbage.
No, you had the room.
You are one of those people that we had to clear away from Babbage.
No. They didn't have to clear me. It was water that cleared us. It was water that cleared us, because by the time the water started encroaching and taking the land, and nothing was done.
You jump out.
No, but by that time I had left the place. So the CMS thing was that when they then finished from this, you're not going to sit in front of the water, just watching the water. So I decided that instead of CTS, I'll go to CMS and meet Mama Bolly. So Mama Bolly would give me bolly. I'll eat bolly in the morning. Sometimes she would tell one mama that sold amala there. She'll give me she'll give me food. And then she'll say, my worry, my phone, your mommy. And she looks like my mom.
Oh.
So I would go to this. When I finish, I'll then just walk around, check books. So I'll check books from CMS to that Tinubu Square.
Tinubu Square. You remember this thing was there? What's that bookshop?
CMS bookshop.
Bookshop.
No, CMS bookshop was for big boys. They don't sell second-hand
But
books.
you were doing
yes, I had to go from, and then those Tokumbo places that's where you find books that are out of print. So you probably find one book that says 2,000 Jewish jokes. 1,500 that was published in 1948, 1952, So some of them out of print. The first print is probably 1970, 1942. So cherish those books. So, and when I get there, these guys didn't know the value of those books anyway.
You just sell it to you for 24.
They say sometimes 5 naira, sometimes 10 naira. Money had value then. So I'll pick those books. And then when I pick the books, there are plenty like this. I'll bring them and give to Mama. Mama will keep them to keep. Because I can't keep them in Babbage. So Mama will say, Shekara Botikon. Mama will say, so one day I say yes. So Mama went to buy this black and red box, iron box.
That one that has
the head that has this like that. So I kept it in, bought padlock and then locked it. Gave me the key. Gave me one key and then she held another key. So it was under.
Where's that Mama now?
She's there. I tried. She said, "Oh, you beating Mama Tita Jari, you won't go anywhere." So Mama is still there. Anyway.
Did you ever see anything out of the ordinary?
I did. In the night, you probably just find one guy with a fagbo. We'll just be playing. Turn your lights down low, and then he would just be stringing the guitar. So one time the guy was stringing the guitar. And I was singing along with him. So he came to this and I sat outside
the part of the
island. I sat outside this and I was playing. And I said, "Want some ganja, man?" I said, "No."
I don't want ganja.
I just like the song. Then he said, then one day he was singing, "Chase those crazy bald heads out of the town." Yeah. And he was playing. Doom 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 dun 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 dun. I said, "Oh yeah." The guy said, "Yeah, more you get
it." Everybody will say he thought awo as in awo.
He said, "You get it, one." Then sometimes listen. Then one day he was I wasn't sleeping. I think I had a running stomach. I probably eating something that was nice. So I came out and I saw him. This guy had great dreads.
Wow. Okay, I've not seen him
I've not seen him. It's night now, so I didn't want to come out. So he said, "Yeah, man, you the guy that's always singing in the place?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, lovely voice. Let's set up a band, man."
Yeah?
I said, "Hey, I'm go." He said, "Let's set up a man. You sing, we play the vibes, man." I said, "No,
we don't sing. Make come do comedy for Lagos."
I said, no, man, can't dig it, man, can't dig it. He said, "Oh, you can't dig it, or you don't want to dig it." So he would then come. So when Lati brings food for me, I'll tell you they should go and call him. Rasta Moses, the Calabar boy.
Did you see him afterwards?
Yes, I saw him. Until one time that Lati told me, Bobo Rasta Kini, cool. I said, what happened to him? He said, only also ni kunjang then fagbo, so that he will now say his stomach is griping him. Then those people that sell those herbs, I just say will come and he will just drink,
On top of ulcer.
Yeah, and that the guy passed. I said, oh wow. So, then when to my guitar.
This life.
See, I had funny experiences. I say, and when it to my guitar, we refi guitar. Talo mama to.
Okay, Popsy loved education. he had to move from one ministry to the other to graduate. When you told him of all the courses in the world, you wanted to go and study religious studies, what did he say?
Okay, so religious studies was not part of the plan. The default plan was to be a lawyer, because I started reading. When I said reading, I mean like read, maybe not comprehensively, without comprehension at least. I read comprehensively and then I comprehended what I read. But it was not at that age. At age 3, I could read anything. I may not know what it was talking about, but I'll read. And if the pronunciation was wrong, my dad would correct me. And so by the time I had done that from age 3 to 4, I could read, understand, and tell my dad what the stories were about. At class 3, I took my first primary school leaving certificate exam. I got about 40.
Whoa.
My dad said, because it's Nigerian education, because he told the principal,
Right, let me just take
the headmaster, Mr. Gay. I think he later became a commissioner, so he was in charge of Ojo Primary School. He said, let my son take part in the exam. So I didn't buy form. So when they were giving the question paper for them to answer, I sat in the class, in the hall. So they gave me, and I got 40.
Wow.
So
In primary
3.
Wow.
So I went to 4, and then primary 5, I didn't do primary 6. In primary 5, I took the common entrance and passed.
And went to Warri?
I went to Command Secondary School.
Job?
Okay, so Command Secondary School, Ipaja.
Okay.
So I went to Command Secondary School. Now, in Command Secondary School, I was doing very well. And then, but my dad said my grades were dropping because I had not been exposed, because I was boarding, I had not been exposed to mingling with this kind of people. So I was distracted greatly. And so he pulled me out to Ibru College.
Oh.
So went to Ibru College. Class 3, Ibru College, I took the GCE. I got 2 credits. English, language, and literature.
Of course.
And then CRK, I got a pass. Geography, got a pass. Government, I got...
this was in Form
3. So my dad now said, by Form 4, you are going to university. So just better make sure that you pass. So in so that year, 84. So 85, I took my GCE, and I got 6 credits, but no maths. But the thing is, my dad now told me that if you had maths, you either could have done business admin if you didn't get law, and you could have even done pol science or statistics.
He mistakenly,
because he had
gave you option.
So, and I said, okay. So I then got 2, 3, 4 in JAMB. And at the time I got the 2, 3, 4, JAMB result was 250.
Yay!
So you had to have a 250 minimum to enter law, because Epoma law was the best at the time. So I now told my dad, I said, you know what? Let me get into the university.
I will change.
So I got in and read religious studies and education, religious studies.
And education.
Religious studies, that's CRK, education. Education. And this was in Abraka, CRK, education. So first year, 85.
You started enjoying
enjoy education. So we're doing teaching method and all of those things. So I said, hey,
Teacher, I
said, and that was Abraka. I said, so I'll become teacher. No, it didn't happen. So I changed I now got transcript to move to Epoma. To Epoma. So that I could do law.
Oh, okay.
So when I then came to Epoma, they now told me that my quota was filled. So the quota for Bendel was filled.
Chai.
And so even with my result that I still couldn't get in. I said, so this 1 year is gone.
Chai.
So 85, 86, I now changed to Epoma. And so when I was already in Epoma, I couldn't go back to Abraka. So I said, okay, Kuku accept me here. I did religious studies. The curriculum is the same except no education courses. So they said, but since you didn't do this other courses, you have to do one carryover. I said, I'll do one carryover.
Okay.
So I did that carryover. So year 2. So I now went to year 1. So year 1, I was now like, once I finish this year 1, I will get into law. Oh boy, year 1. When year 1 finished, I started doing small comedy. I started getting popular. And they used to call me the resident John Chukwu. That was the name they were calling me, resident John Chukwu. Then 87, full-blown comedy. I was now making 20 naira, 10 naira, 15 naira.
So what happened to law?
Law call. Loyal. I was making so my dad now sent me money. I should go and buy my transcript and move to law. So I used the transcript, entered Lagos and chartered comedy books.
The money.
I chartered. When I say chartered comedy books, I came. The places I got my comedy book, Ojota, under the bridge at Ojota. Mile 2. First tag, Ojuelegba and CMS. Then there's a place in Jibo, you take the Koro like this to go to Mushin towards the train station.
Yes.
They sell books along that corridor there too. I combed everything. Carried one full suitcase. Landed.
You know by their father.
I said, you balo. Loco.
But did you now? What was the encounter?
So because I was making that kind of money, 87, my dad now said, I tried though.
Did you agree?
They didn't agree. So he called my uncle, Dr. Bidi. I said, you can't be in this university. And Ali can change, Atoyota can change to law. He said, I thought he handled everything. He said, then I told my uncle that I sorted the issue because my uncle had put mouth.
Okay.
I would have gotten admission. I said, as I was handling everything, that they told me that I shouldn't worry. That if there's a problem, I will get. By the time there was a problem, it was too late. So, and she now said that I should come and see him, that he wants to understand what is going on. So I went. So when I got to this, I got home. I gave my brothers and sisters money. I bought them clothes and everything.
And there was no Yahoo in those days.
No, there was not. So he said, so what was it that I was saying? This was about like 8:15 in the evening. Because it was a weekday that he invited me from school. So he came back, and he will have his bath, eat his dinner, and then sit down to wait for 7 o'clock news and then 9 o'clock news. 7 o'clock news was Pendel TV. So he sat there. He said,
young man,
what did you say is the reason that you did not change to law? I said they said that the quota was filled. We said, who did you tell that the quota was filled? Did you tell Dr. Bidi? Did you tell Apojoto? Apojoto, blessed memory. Did you tell Dr. Dime, who was my lecturer, dean in... I said, no. I said, okay. So, you're going to change to law year 1? I said, no, that I want to be a comedian. He said, you are doing very well already.
No. You have to say that again. He told you wanted to be a comedian.
I said I wanted to be a comedian. He said, no, you are doing very well. He said, this is funny. But by the way, call Endurance. Go and call your uncle. My uncle thought that it was something important. He came with his rapper, Ajene, Johnson Ajene, rapper, singlet. You know those singlets that have big holes, that giant holes. So he came. Was grumbling that they invited him out of this. He said, he said, your son says he has something to tell us. My uncle said, he don't give person belly. My dad said, that would be funny too. Oh yeah, tell him. I said I didn't want to read law again. Uncle just got up, tied his wrapper, and then called me for so. He doesn't want to. He said, sit down, man. He said, you don't want to read law again, sir. So what do you want to ask him? What he says he wants to read. He wants to be. So he doesn't want to read law. I told him I said I didn't want to read law, so he got up. So I said I want to be a comedian. He sat down. He said, wait. You want to be a comedian, sir? He said, like Papiloe. I said, so then I felt like, okay, what did just say? He understands me. I said yes. He said like Jaguar. I said yes. Like Samanja. I said yes. He said like Nazi, that man, no masquerade. So that was when I got it that he wasn't because I didn't want to be like Nazi. I said not like Nazi. He said, but comedian now? I said yes. Like Baba Salah. I said yes. He turned to my dad and said, hi, we burn this one. My dad said, yeah. Oh boy, there's this telephone directory that was on the side of where my dad sits, and the phone is on it. My dad first flung the phone. Bah! The thing missed me. So as I was coming back, he flung the directory.
It didn't miss.
Bah! It's like that. It was an open book. Oh, I could read names.
Your future.
Our phone numbers, you're leaving me. As I dodged that, the phone scattered now. As I dodged the phone, when the phone landed and I was turning back, the vengeance for the telephone directory, bars. My uncle said, you don't spoil the book.
Read book. You love it. You
don't
spoil the book.
He said, don't spoil the book because the thing is tall. But the thing was already aging.
See, camera, the clicks, yes.
The book was already aging. When he flung the thing, I think just I say, see, he could not read book. Uncle now said, well, he has to take a decision. Chief, Mikpo. I said, they go house. So he got up. So as he got up and was leaving, I took it that story was
over.
As he turned his back like I was inside, see the backhand.
He gave you backhand.
He's dead now. I would have sued him for domestic and child abuse. Bars. Meanwhile, the telephone directory hit me here.
It's here.
You know,
someone
gave me the back of the book. Well, I saw stars. Bang. Went to Ramat Park that night and got a vehicle to school.
But you are used to night crawling.
Yes, now.
Because of
all the work I was doing, I didn't even pack the bag that I took self. I still had some money in my pocket.
As a big boy now.
From Ekai area there, Santana village. Entered vehicle.
So stop paying, you stopped sending.
That was it. Stop paying school fees, stop doing everything.
How did you become victorious?
Okay, so that then became the challenge. That then became my mantra. I must make it.
At what point in your life did Popsy come to say, you were right, I was wrong?
That was 2006.
2006. Wow.
2006.
When did the slap happen?
That was 87.
Whoa.
So nearly 10 years.
Whoa.
So my dad and I were apart. And then I started doing, and then they started commanding. So they were doing, there's this show they call Miss Hap. You know, Hap used to have a beauty pageant called Miss Hap. And so they were touring different campuses to get who would represent it. So I now went with them on a tour. So did Uniben, College of Education, Akadolo. We did College of Education Warri. We did Abraka. So we're touring.
Was that your breakthrough moment?
No, it wasn't. But all of that, I was just performing when we finished. When I got back to school, I came back with about 1,300 naira.
Whoa.
That 1,300 naira was why I bought everybody out of my room. My room was B12. Chris Oyakilome was B16. We're on the same line. I bought everybody out of my room.
Wow. You paid them to...
So just so that I have a double bunk. You have double bunk and single bunk. Year 4 students take the single bunk. I bought everybody out, laid rug in my room, put a TV, put a VHS player, bought DVDs and VHS tapes of Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Sanford and Sons, Dick Gregory. There was another. Dick Gregory, and then this man that does funny videos that used to do skits back then.
Charlie Chaplin.
No, Benny Hinn. So those were the ones I was just playing. So if you come into my room, it was a comedy heaven. So that was what I did until then. That just told me, man, there's money in this business once you have the time to harness it. Okay, so let's take a break. When we come back, we come round off and we have one or two more things. We're joining is just with the GCON. Welcome back. I'm still gisting with the Don Dada, with the Emperor, the Conqueror, the Champion. He's here. But not only Oliver, it's Alibaba. Where did the name Alibaba come from? My baptismal name is Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And then so while I was in command secondary school, the guys didn't want to call me Hallelujah. So some of them used to call me Praise the Lord. I would be the one that would then say Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So once they say Praise the Lord, I know that's me. I say, yeah, Hallelujah. So then after a while, some people now started calling me Ali.
Ali.
All my old students still call me.
So where did
Ali.
the Baba come from?
It was when I started performing.
Baba.
So then I said Ali, Baba, Ali. So, and then it was just okay to just use Ali Baba.
So when do you consider as your big break moment?
Big break moment was when I did the Satzenbrau tour. So I did the Satzenbrau tour thanks to I.D. Young, Henry Omofoma, late, all of them, and then and one other lady that was, she's now in she's now with a payment platform. I'm trying to remember. So the I.D. Young is was made the brand manager of Satzenbrau. And as a young brand manager, his challenge was how to push Satzenbrau into the market. And so he said the lowest common factor that he thinks would work is comedy. Because he could take the drink to go introduce it to a bar, introduce it to a club, introduce it to a restaurant, introduce it. So we did about like 25 cities across Nigeria.
Whoa.
And in all those cities, this was in 1996. In all those cities, I got paid 1.6 million. 1996. So that was a big break.
Let me pick your brain. Are you ready?
I'm waiting.
I call this a GCON charade. Hourglass. Once I turn it, I have 5 questions there that I will describe to you.
Okay.
And you give me the answers. The best university in Nigeria that is in Lagos.
Unilag.
Googled, bespectacled.
Sonny Abacha.
This state was taken from your state. She's an actress.
In Edo.
Now only you waka call.
Mommy Patience.
Her husband is a pilot. She is a legendary actress. She's Yoruba.
Omo Tola Jelade.
Fantastic. So you know, like, thank God you agreed. Nairobi is the best university in Nigeria. Sani Abacha is the man with the goggles.
That's another break that I had with Sani Abacha. That was a great story too.
Oh, tell me that story.
So I was working, and they said that I should come and perform. He had created some states, and so they were hosting the new governors.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was in Abuja to perform, and I was working with Ikena Ndagwa.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ikena told me to introduce the cultural dance from Akwa Ibom. So I introduced the cultural dance from Akwa Ibom. As the music started playing, I said, "Oh no, stop. And everybody was like, what's wrong with this guy? I said, Your Excellency, sir, this is 8:15. Why are you still wearing dark shades?
Yeah.
I said, the girls that are coming out are really beautiful and I would like you to see them. So just take the glasses off. So he took the glasses off like this.
He did?
It's that type you fold. You know, the Ray-Ban you fold and then folded it and then held it in one hand like this. As soon as I said it, I saw Al Mustafa was telling some guys like go backstage or those ones. So they wanted to start. I said, stop. I said, this thing that I said now looks like I'm in trouble. You guys will start, but I'll go and sit
with His Excellency.
So the people that have gone to the back to go and harass me, I will see whether they'll come and meet me here with Excellency. So I went there and I sat by his side like this. So he did like this. Amoro. I said they think they are wise. I said, but those glasses are fine. He said, what? I said, yeah. I took them. I wore them. Me that said that you need to see. So I wore the glasses.
You said that like that?
This man has a picture. A photographer. Some Sumi Smart, I think.
Uncle Sumi has a picture.
Yeah, I think he has a picture. So I sat. And I was like, so this performance was, I saw the SSS guys walking back. They were coming back. Al Mustafa looked at me and said,
you stupid boy.
You. But I said, when he came to make his speech, time came to make his speech, he said he had never laughed like that before.
Wow.
That it was daring, it was funny, and he never even gave it a thought, like why, because he was just wearing his dark shades.
Wow.
It was beautiful. And then all the military administrators that came that day
started giving you work.
Exactly. How did you know?
Of course. But if he had gone the other way, all the military administrators would be telling them to pick you one after the other. So we have to go. What would you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered as someone who helped shape an industry that wasn't given a chance.
We can't go on that. I have to ask this one again. I forgot to give you your presents. Sorry, thank you, cameraman. He thinks it's one of those serious programs. Sweet. He has no, he should have told me. So, you got 5 questions. 1, 2.
Give me buttermint now.
2, 3, 4, 5. And because you
buttermint now.
Because you did well, I'll give you 1 buttermint. Because you did very well.
Just make it 2 buttermints. There's 2 coffee here.
I'm giving you now. I'm not. Well, you deserve it. You deserve it. Why do you believe that the sky is wide enough? I know how many occasions you've helped me, and it's not just me. It's everybody. You give people passes that you can take and score with yourself. Why do you do that?
I think it is said that if your success doesn't make other people successful, you have failed.
If your success
doesn't make other people successful, you have failed.
I want to say a big thank you for all you've done, all you're doing, and all that you stand for.
Thank you.
This is not enough to say thank you, but we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And the federal government of Nigeria is still making a huge mistake by still not confirming that you are the GCFR of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. So this is your own palliative.
Yes, that's where the 5 billion is going.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. And then, guys, keep watching Gisting with the GCON.